Over the years, I've worked with a lot of clients that want to improve the speed that they produce their video content. The majority of them, even the ones that have been editing for years, start out with a huge amount of duplication or waste in their video editing process. So with all the extra time and effort required to produce every single video, it's no wonder that people get so easily overwhelmed by the editing process. The Primal Video Method is a tried and tested video production process that removes all unnecessary double handling and rework. So the result is that you produce videos faster and easier. It's a very simple process, but the impact of following it step by step can be huge. So just like all good things, it's so simple that after being introduced to it, most clients can't believe they hadn't figured it out before. In this video, I'm going to run through the process step by step. So I'd recommend printing out a copy if you can and referring back to it whenever you're producing video so you can use it like a checklist. I won't be going into too much detail on how to perform each specific step in this guide. It's just a process after all. But for tutorials on how to complete the steps in detail, like color correction, then check out primalvideo.com or check out the Primal Video YouTube channel. Step 1, determine your goals and objectives before shooting the video. Yep, it sounds simple, but this is critical to ensure that the rest of the process flows smoothly and happens to be one of the most that people skip. Having a good plan means you can capture the right footage in less takes, which makes a huge difference when editing. So before you film, just run through these questions. What is the purpose of the video? Who is your target audience? What do you want to communicate? How long should the video be? What's the desired action that you want your audience to take after watching your video? And what's your call to action? So what will actually spur your audience to do what you want them to do after they've watched your video? Step 2, shoot your video. You can massively reduce the time needed in post-production and your shooting by filming smart and only capturing what you need in the most logical order. So follow these steps. Mark your best takes while shooting. After finishing each take, mark your best ones so they're easy to find amongst all the footage when you're editing. You can do this a couple of ways. After you finish a take you're happy with, clap 3 times before you move on to the next section. So when you're editing, you'll see the 3 spikes on the audio waveform in your timeline on your editing software, which mark where each good take finished. So then you can skip straight to the best shots. If your video editing software doesn't show the audio waveforms, then you can visually mark the shots by making a gesture that's easy to spot when you're scanning through your footage. So it could be as simple as raising both hands in the air, or maybe putting your hand up towards the camera lens. So when you're scrubbing through your footage, that's the marker that you're looking for. So that's highlighting to you that your best shot is just before that marker. Another way to streamline your video creation while you're actually filming is to try and control or remove any variables possible while you're shooting. So tidying up your lighting, colors, or audio in your editing can consume a huge amount of time, and the results are never as good as if the issues were prevented in the first place. So if you pay close attention to the following. A, background noise. So anything like air conditioners, fans, cars, traffic outside, mobile phones, doors opening, people moving around. Noises like this can be easily picked up in your footage, and most of the time you wouldn't even know. So it's about being aware of what's going on when you're filming and trying to remove as much background noise as you can so that you don't have to do it in your editing. Setting up your lighting correctly before you start shooting is absolutely critical. So things like color correction is great for making tweaks or fixing minor issues with your lighting or with the picture in your video, but it just can't make up for poor lighting when you're filming. So it's absolutely important that you set your lighting correctly, take the time and make sure it's right before you start filming. Another thing you should do is a quick test before you actually start shooting your video. So it may be that one of your lights is off, or the camera height or the angle is wrong, or you forgot to turn your microphone on. Yep, we've all been there and done that. Finding out in your editing that you've made a mistake or there's something wrong with your footage is a huge waste of time. So wherever you can, just do a quick test run, record a short clip, go and check it, play it back, make sure everything's how you want it before you actually start recording your content. Step 3, import your video footage and all the assets onto your computer and then organize them into folders. If all your files are in a logical place, you'll save a heap of time looking for everything later. So I'd recommend organizing everything into this basic folder structure. So you have a folder for your footage, which you could name by a date or title, or the camera make, or the camera number, or the camera operator. You have a folder for your audio, which will have all your music, your voiceovers, sound effects, any temporary audio. You You have a folder for graphics, which will be your images, animations, titles. You'll have a folder for screen captures. You'll have a folder for draft files and a folder for your completed video files. Step 4, import all assets for your video into your video editing software. So by doing this up front, you just make sure that you've got everything there for your video, all in your editing software, ready to go before you actually start editing. Some video editing software like Adobe Premiere will let you import your entire project folder, and it'll keep all the existing folder structure that we created in step 3 and let you use it in the application. So other software will actually remove all the folder structure and import only the actual files, the music, the JPEGs, video files, when you're importing. And so it's important then, if that's the case for whatever software you're using, that you create the folders, the folder for your footage, the folder for your music, for your graphics, so that everything is really organized and easy to find for you in case you've got to come back and work on this project at a later date, or also anyone else that may need to come in and work on this project. Everything is found in a logical place. Step 5. Create a new timeline and drop in all your video files in the same sequence or same order that they were shot at. Step 6, sync up any multi-camera or external audio tracks. So getting this out of the way at this point in the process saves so much time and the pain of potentially having to do it later in the editing process. Step 7, complete a quick scan of your footage and start refining by removing anything that you definitely won't use. So on this first pass as you're going through, you want to focus on removing as much as possible, but if you're unsure about any clips, then leave them in for now. So here's 3 ways that you can help speed up this step. Edit backwards. So start from the end of your timeline and work your way back to the start. Your best takes are generally the last ones that you do before you move on to the next take. So starting from the end means that you're more likely to save time by jumping straight to the best shot first. Look for the markers that you left when you were shooting. So if you follow step 2.1 and you have markers throughout your video footage, identifying your best takes, keep an eye out for these because they're the best place to start. Use keyboard shortcuts to play, rewind, and stop. So try using the J, K, and L keyboard shortcuts to help you speed through your reviewing process. Step 8, reposition any clips on the timeline that are out of sequence to a logical position on the timeline. So the aim here is to get everything roughly in the right order before you start getting into any detail. Step 9, create a duplicate copy of your timeline so we've got a backup before you actually start getting into the detailed edit. Step 10, repeat steps 6 and 7 until you've refined your clips down close to your ideal video length. Step 11, add your audio into the project. Step 12, where necessary, trim, reposition, and further refine your video and your audio. So in this step, complete a detailed pass of the timeline until you're happy with the final product. So if you're using music or sound effects, then this is when you want to make sure that your music is positioned in the right spot to match the feel of your video, or if you've got any sound effects, that they're coming in at the right times. Step 13, add in any text or titles or graphic elements to your video. Step 14, add in any video effects or transitions. Step 15, color grade your video. Step 16, adjust your audio levels for all your tracks. So now it's time to make sure that all your audio is correctly balanced and sounding right. So we're just going through in this step and adjusting all the volumes accordingly. Step 17, apply any audio effects. So if you've got any effects that you're going to apply to your video to maybe blend audio tracks, to change how the audio sounds, or to remove things like background noise, they're done in this step. Step 18, export and review. So you want to test your video on multiple devices and screens as it can look and sound slightly different on different devices. I'd also suggest to test it on a mobile or smartphone if you can as well, to make sure that it looks and sounds exactly how you want it. Step 19, make any required tweaks and final changes to your video and then export it for release. So that's the Primal Video Method. I know it sounds simple, but you'll be amazed by how much time and effort that you'll save by following this process step by step. And I guarantee you, every time you stray away from this process and maybe get a bit excited and start audio editing or adding some effects as your first step, you'll always create rework for yourself and waste a lot of time. Don't forget to download the Primal Video Method as a PDF. There'll be a link in the description below. You can print it out and use it as a checklist to help you with your video creation. I'll see you soon.